Ever sent money to the wrong person on Venmo? Or maybe you were expecting a product that never arrived, but the payment already went through. That sinking feeling, that pit in your stomach, yeah, we've all been there, or at least know someone who has. So, the burning question, can you actually reverse a Venmo payment? Let's be real, digital transactions are fast, seamless, and incredibly convenient. But that speed also means mistakes happen, and often, they happen quickly. It's not like writing a check and tearing it up. It's a tap, a swipe, and boom, money's gone. And in a world where we rely on these instant transfers for everything from splitting rent to buying that limited edition sneaker, the stakes are high. Think about it. You're rushing to pay your friend back for dinner, typing in their name, and accidentally hit the wrong contact. Or you're buying something off a marketplace, trusting the seller, and then, nothing. Silence. Radio silence. No product, no communication, just an empty void where your money used to be. The panic sets in. You frantically search for a cancel button, a reverse option, anything. But is it even possible? Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's understand how Venmo works. It's designed for quick, peer-to-peer transactions, primarily between people who know and trust each other. That's a crucial point. It's not a traditional bank transfer with extensive consumer protections. Venmo is built on the premise of speed and convenience, often prioritizing those factors over the rigorous security measures you might find in more formal financial systems. When you send money on Venmo, it's typically instant. The recipient gets a notification, and the funds are added to their Venmo balance. They can then transfer that balance to their bank account. This immediacy is both a blessing and a curse. It's great for splitting a bill at a restaurant, not so great when you realize you've made a mistake. So, let's get to the heart of the matter. Can you reverse a Venmo payment? The short answer is, it's complicated. Venmo's official stance is that payments are generally not reversible. They emphasize that you should only send money to people you know and trust, and that you should double-check all payment details before hitting send. This is because once the recipient accepts the payment, the funds are essentially theirs. Venmo acts as an intermediary, facilitating the transfer, but it doesn't have the same level of control as a bank. However, there are a few scenarios where you might have a chance of getting your money back. Scenario 1, pending payments. If the payment is still pending, you might be able to cancel it. This usually happens when the recipient hasn't accepted the payment yet, or if there's a delay in processing. Look for a cancel option in your Venmo transaction history. This is your best chance to undo the mistake, so act fast. Scenario 2, unauthorized transactions. If you notice an unauthorized transaction on your Venmo account, meaning someone sent money without your permission, you should report it to Venmo immediately. This is considered fraud, and Venmo has procedures in place to investigate and potentially reverse the transaction. You'll need to provide evidence that the transaction was unauthorized, and Venmo will likely require you to change your password and take other security measures. Scenario 3, scams and fraud. This is where things get tricky. If you were scammed into sending money, your chances of getting it back are slim. Venmo is not designed to protect you from scams, and they often advise users to be cautious. For example, if you bought something off a marketplace and the seller never delivered, Venmo is unlikely to reverse the payment. You'd have to pursue other avenues, like filing a police report or contacting your bank. Scenario 4, accidental payments, wrong person. This is the classic scenario. You sent money to the wrong person. Venmo's official advice is to contact the recipient and ask them to send the money back. This relies on their honesty and cooperation. If they refuse, you're often out of luck. You can try contacting Venmo support, but they generally won't intervene in these cases. So, what can you do to minimize the risk of losing money on Venmo? 1. Double-check everything. Before hitting send, triple-check the recipient's name, username, and the amount. A simple typo can cost you dearly. 2. Use the friends and family setting. Venmo is primarily designed for transactions between people you know. Avoid using it for business transactions or purchases from unknown sellers. 3. Enable security features. Set up a PIN, enable fingerprint or facial recognition, and regularly update your password. These measures can help prevent unauthorized access to your account. 4. Be wary of scams. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Be skeptical of deals that require you to send money via Venmo, especially if the seller is a stranger. 5. Link a credit card, with caution. Linking a credit card can offer some protection, as credit card companies often have fraud protection policies. However, this doesn't guarantee a reversal, and it's still best to avoid risky transactions. 6. Contact support immediately. If you believe you have been the victim of fraud or an unauthorized transaction, contact Venmo support immediately. Time is of the essence. 7. Use alternative payment methods for purchases. For purchases from unknown sellers or businesses, consider using payment methods with stronger buyer protections, like credit cards or PayPal. Venmo is not designed for these types of transactions. 8. Keep records. Maintain records of all your Venmo transactions, including screenshots and transaction IDs. This can be helpful if you need to dispute a payment. The reality is that Venmo is a powerful tool, but it comes with risks. Understanding those risks and taking precautions can save you a lot of headaches and financial losses. The key takeaway is that prevention is far better than trying to reverse a payment after the fact. Venmo's inherent design, emphasizing speed and ease of use, means that reversing a transaction is often a difficult, if not impossible, task. The burden of responsibility falls squarely on the user to ensure accuracy and caution. While there are few limited scenarios where a reversal might be possible, they are the exception, not the rule. So, while the dream of a magical undo button remains just that, a dream, a bit of vigilance and awareness can go a long way in avoiding the nightmare of lost funds. Remember to double-check, be cautious, and understand the limitations of the platform. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.